master of the mind, not mastered by the mind. Every hour, focus your mind attentively on the performance of the task in hand, with dignity, human sympathy, benevolence, and freedom, and leave aside all other thoughts. You will achieve this if you perform each action as if it were your last. What you're supposed to do when you don't like a thing is change it. If you can't change it, change the way you think about it. Don't complain. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Most folks are as happy as they make up their minds to be. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Accept the things to which fate binds you and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. The one unchangeable certainty is that nothing is certain or unchangeable. You always own the option of having no opinion. There is never any need to get worked up or to trouble your soul about things you can't control. These things are not asking to be judged by you. Leave them alone. Now is the time to get serious about living your ideals. How long can you afford to put off who you really want to be? Your nobler self cannot wait any longer. Put your principles into practice now. Stop the excuses and the procrastination. This is your life. Decide to be extraordinary and do what you need to do now. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Free of pain, free of the obligations of life and death. But change is law, and no amount of pretending will alter that reality. If anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses about what is said of you, but answer, "He was ignorant of my other faults, else he would not have mentioned these alone." A gift consists not in what is done or given, but in the intention of the giver or doer. Stoicism, understood properly, is a cure for a disease. The disease in question is the anxiety, grief, fear, and various other negative emotions that plague humans and prevent them from experiencing a joyful existence. If you really want to escape the things that harass you, what you're needing is not to be in a different place, but to be a different person. Life is a shipwreck, but we must not forget to sing in the lifeboats. There are 3 classes of men: lovers of wisdom, lovers of honor, and lovers of gain. Fate leads the willing and drags along the reluctant. I begin to speak only when I'm certain that I'll say isn't better left unsaid. That one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backwards, not in all eternity, not merely bear what is necessary, still less conceal it, but love it. Only by exhibiting actions in harmony with the sound words which he has received will anyone be helped by philosophy. Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, "Is this the condition that I feared?" bad feeling is a commotion of the mind repugnant to reason and against nature. Give yourself fully to your endeavors. Decide to construct your character through excellent actions and determine to pay the price of a worthy goal. The trials you encounter will introduce you to your strengths. Do not train a child to learn by force or harshness, but direct them to it by what amuses their minds, so that you may be better able to discover with accuracy the peculiar bent of the genius of each. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. If you don't get what you want, you suffer. If you get what you don't want, you suffer. Even when you get exactly what you want, you still suffer, because you can't hold on to it forever. All cruelty springs from weakness. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. To be calm is the highest achievement of the self. To make a goal of comfort or happiness has never appealed to me. A system of ethics built on this basis would be sufficient only for a herd of cattle. We are quick to forget that just being alive is an extraordinary piece of good luck, a remote event, a chance occurrence of monstrous proportions. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. For every minute you are angry, you lose 60 seconds of happiness. Failure and deprivation are the best educators and purifiers. Never let people who choose the path of least resistance steer you away from your chosen path of most resistance. Everything negative, pressure, challenges, is all an opportunity for me to rise. Pain is temporary. It may last a minute, or an hour, or a day, or a year. Eventually, it will subside, and something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it lasts forever. Only a man who knows what it's like to be defeated can reach down to the bottom of his soul and come up with the extra ounce of power it takes to win when the match is even. I don't like to lose at anything, yet I've grown most not from victories, but setbacks. If you make happiness your goal, you'll be disappointed. If you make presence your goal, you'll be peaceful. Stoicism teaches how to keep a calm and rational mind, no matter what happens to you, and it helps you understand and focus on what you can control and not worry about and accept what you can't control. The great law of nature is that it never stops. There is no end. Between stimulus and response, there is a space, and that space is our power to choose our response. The greatest happiness is to know the source of unhappiness. Although the world is full of suffering, it is also full of the overcoming of it. Let a Stoic open the resources of man and tell men they are not leaning willows, but can and must detach themselves, that with the exercise of self-trust, new powers shall appear. They always say time changes things, but you actually have to change them yourself. The ultimate power in life is to be completely self-reliant, completely yourself. That's what Stoicism is all about. learning to live a good life by developing peace of mind through confidence of one's ability to overcome adversity.